Hey everybody, I'm Zach.
And I'm Jesse.
You're watching Tesla Time News.
Episode 462.
On Now You Know.
So it appears that the Czech Republic has passed a new law that codifies conditional liability for autonomous vehicles driving in level 3.
So basically it says driver rules don't apply when the autonomy is in control, and the driver must take over when prompted. So Acts 361/2000 and 56/2000 let level 3 autonomous cars drive on select roads in Europe.
Yeah, look, this is complicated European law stuff, and we don't claim to understand it all, but essentially the Czech Republic is tired of waiting for Brussels and is using an exemption loophole in the EU's Article 39, which allows countries to exempt certain AVs from standard approval rules.
Norway and the Netherlands have also done this, so this could help speed up getting Tesla FSD for Europeans.
But wait, I have a question. What prevents me from driving my car as a human, and then if I get into an accident, from telling the police, oh, it wasn't me, my car was driving?
So this law has a provision in it that it's up to the police to determine if your car was driving or not, and the police could get the logs from Tesla, for instance, to prove one way or the other.
Okay, so it's going to come down to the logs. That's going to be very important, but
yes.
Okay. I don't know. I mean,
that's going to be your excuse.
Well, no, I mean, that's kind of iffy.
Yeah, except that Tesla has good logs.
It's true, but you're also depending on the police department to look into it and to not go like, no, he was driving, we think.
Well, Elon said.
Cool.
So it appears that Tesla's just started being able to back into parking spaces on FSD starting 3 days ago, all of a sudden.
Now, couldn't Teslas already back into parking spaces?
I'm sorry, I'm talking about on FSD.
Oh, okay. So this is not the, like, you pull up and then you click on one of the spots and then you tell it to park there.
Right, I'm talking more like in a parking lot where there's those pull-in spaces or back-in spaces. It would always just pull in.
In full self-driving?
In full self-driving.
Okay. So was there an update?
It doesn't appear that there was.
So then how were they able to do that? They couldn't do it before.
Well, Holmar's catalog wanted to know the same thing. He said, so how did everyone's Tesla with FSD suddenly start reversing into parking spots at the same time without an update? I guess they're able to change or activate some things without a full update.
And so this means that FSD can do things without an update?
That was unreal.
I mean, I've never experienced that before that I know of.
That I know of. I mean, I feel like there have always been little tweaks and changes that, I don't have enough information to be able to accurately say, like, hey, they just changed this.
But was there something in the code that was like,
the
on
American
May 1st, make it so
getting
that
a
all
little
cars
bit
get back
safer?
in?
I don't know. Was it some over-the-air software update that we didn't have to approve?
Well, we're going to talk a lot about parking spaces today on Investor Club bonus stories. So please join us over on Patreon, and I think you might be interested in that.
Okay. Thanks to Drift for sponsoring this episode.
So nose blindness is a real thing. Make sure your car smells as good as it looks.
Right now, we have Le Boys in the Cybertruck, and it certainly makes the Cybertruck smell as good as it looks. We also have open air in the bathroom.
And I appreciate you having that in the Cybertruck. It doesn't smell like old shoes anymore. We like that Drift is free of harmful chemicals that traditional fragrance companies use. The scents are vegan, cruelty-free, and pet-friendly.
Items are delivered right to your door with free shipping.
So first, you receive a starter kit with a clip and the scent, and then you can get monthly refills as they recommend changing it every 30 days.
You attach the metal clip to the visor so the ledge faces down when closed. It'll magnetically snap in.
Open one side of the bag until the scent dissipates and the scent block doesn't have any visible oil on the surface.
You can swap scents, skip, or cancel your subscription at any time.
Drift car products are affordable, starting from $10.95.
You can get it in wood, stone, or metal, choosing one that fits your car and preferences best.
Drift also offers home scent diffusers that enhance any room with customizable fragrance options.
3 intensity levels allow you to adjust scent output for different spaces.
Each refill lasts up to 30 days, the rotating plug fits in the outlet, and the sleek design adds a decorative touch, blending form with function.
Make sure you use our coupon code UKNOW55 at drift.co or scan the QR code for 55% off. It's less than $5 for your first month.
Thanks again to Drift for sponsoring today's episode. So, U.S. District Judge Yvonne Gonzalez-Rogers ruled on Thursday that Elon's lawsuit against OpenAI CEO Sam Altman can proceed and that fraud and unjust enrichment by OpenAI are still on the table.
Checks out.
You may remember that OpenAI was originally co-founded by Elon himself as an open source AI company, but Sam Altman took it private when Elon exited OpenAI in 2018.
Yoink!
Yoink. Elon posted they should change their name to Closed for Max Profit AI. The current name is pure hypocrisy. Interesting to see how this plays out. And speaking of lawsuits, Tesla is threatening to sue Canada.
Suing the country of Canada? Why?
Well, Canada's Transportation Department, or Transport Canada, launched their IZEV program in May of 2019 to provide rebates of up to 5,000 Canadian dollars for battery electric vehicles. And the program helped bring EV adoption from 3% back in 2019 all the way up to 14.2% in late 2024. But by March of this year, the program announced that it was running low on remaining funding. So then between January 10th and the 12th, Tesla filed 8,653 rebate claims worth 43 million Canadian dollars under the IZEV program, consuming 88.7% of the remaining funds in just 3 days. The claims, primarily from 4 stores, raised suspicions of gaming the system due to the unprecedented sales volume, such as nearly 4,000 vehicles from a single Quebec City store. Tesla defended the surge as lawful, citing a backlog of eligible deliveries processed before the program's pause. And so on March 23rd, the new Canadian Transport Minister, Chrystia Freeland, ordered a freeze on the payments, and she also ordered that Tesla be excluded from future rebates. Tesla has now threatened to sue Transport Canada to get consumers rebates to them. And I want to stress, this money doesn't go to Tesla. It actually goes to the Canadian customers.
So, they passed a law creating a rebate. Then Tesla uses the rebate and they go, you used all of our rebates because you're so good at selling electric cars. It's not fair. And we're going to screw over our own constituents. What?
Not a lawyer.
Okay, well, I don't know. Good luck, Tesla. So they're suing on behalf of their customers.
Yes.
They are not personally enriching from this.
No.
Okay. Now, Tesla has seen some sales decline in European countries this April. Let's take a look.
Yeah, so year over year, Tesla sales, for instance, in Sweden dropped 80.7% in April.
Sales in the Netherlands dropped 73.8%.
In Denmark, Tesla sales dropped 67.2%.
France, sales dropped 59%. In Portugal, dropped 33% year over year.
UK sales dropped 65.1%.
Hey, but Italy's sales were up 29%.
Hey! To help boost sales, Tesla has some big discounts on the Model 3. So you can see them here. 4,000 euros in Italy, 4,000 in Luxembourg. So, I mean, this could make a difference.
But the Model Y is now Norway's most common car model, beating out the Toyota RAV4, the Nissan Leaf, the VW Golf, and the Yaris.
Yeah, so the big question here, and I want you guys to comment down below, is this just a blip? Was April just because of all this bad press a bad month and it's going to turn around? Or is it the beginning of something worse? All right, it's time for the Cybertruck Roundup.
Yeehaw! The Cybertruck Roundup.
And Wes Morrill, Tesla's lead engineer on Cybertruck, said, looks like someone skipped leg day.
What is he talking about? These cars don't have legs.
Well, if you look at the Silverado there, see those really thin, low-profile tires? Because they made the wheels super big. And that's Wes's Cybertruck, by the way. So I think he's making fun of the actual tires and wheels as opposed to the...
Are those the ones that actually come standard on the Silverado? Those look custom.
Those are custom.
Oh, okay. So,
Yeah.
okay. And that particular one skipped leg day.
Yes.
Okay. I don't know.
Remember when NBA legend Shaquille O'Neal bought 2 Cybertrucks?
Yeah, weren't they both wrapped in this glass black with expensive wheels?
Yep. And now he sold them.
Why? Don't tell me he's gone negative on Tesla too.
No, he seems to have range anxiety in them. He said, I was into Cybertrucks, but they don't have enough charge mileage. Then I just got one of those IQ system Escalades. Today I was in Vegas. I ain't have to charge up for 4 days. My Cybertruck here, if I go downtown to work tonight and come back, I'm gonna be struggling to get back.
So what does the Cadillac Escalade IQ get for range?
Supposedly 460 miles of range, but they can't charge at superchargers.
Charge for 4 days? I mean, someone needs to tell Shaq how to supercharge.
Yeah, I mean, I don't quite get it. He said that he didn't have enough charge coming back from work. So did he leave the air conditioner on, or like what? Why didn't he have enough charge?
It may have been those wheels that he put on there.
That reduced the range?
Yeah.
But I mean, if he's just going to work and back, I don't understand. Like, that's what a lot of people do with their Cybertrucks. I feel like I do agree. I think someone needs to tell him about, because it sounds like he doesn't understand, A, that you can charge it up to full at home. Like maybe he was leaving home without a full charge.
Well, this just brings up a big question for me. If you're Shaquille O'Neal and you drive any car and you have to fill it up in any way, whether that be gas or electric, do you just pull into a gas station? Do you just pull into a supercharger and you just get out of your very expensive looking car and charge?
Oh, that's a good point. Yeah, I mean, you kind of need an entourage.
Maybe he can't.
Maybe that's what the
supercharge?
second one was for.
The decoy.
All All right, it's time for some SpaceX news, and it looks like Starbase is undergoing some renovations.
Didn't SpaceX just build that like a year ago?
Yeah, this is what build fast and break things looks like, and why SpaceX is the leader in mass to orbit.
I mean, it's just a bit of steel and concrete, I guess, right?
Yeah, and if they can design and build rockets to Mars, Earth buildings must seem pretty simple.
It's true.
No, it is funny. A lot of companies would really think this through for months and years before they build it, and then they build it and like, oh, we need space over there? Well, we already built the building, so. And with SpaceX, it's like, just bust that out. We need more space.
The White House has released their budget proposal for NASA for 2026, and it looks like they're asking for some big cuts.
Jeff Faust, the senior writer for Space News, posted, the White House has released its top-level skinny budget proposal for 2026. For NASA, that includes previously reported deep science cuts, ending SLS and Orion after Artemis 3, and scaling back the ISS operations. So the proposal is to cut NASA's budget by 25% from $25 billion to $18.8 billion. And look, in my opinion, SLS and Orion were not the answer. So there's really no loss there. So I don't think we should look at this as like, oh my God, there'll be no more space travel. Those things were not going to work.
And also, I mean, SLS cost $4 billion per launch, and it's 140% over budget. So good job, Boeing.
I'll bet we're going to actually get more accomplished in space in the next few years than we've ever done before. And we'll see if that's true. And Starbase City is a city now. It is official. The vote was held yesterday. 97.7% voted in favor.
Wait, 177? Is that thousands? Like 177,000 people voted?
Nope, that's just what it says there. 173 voted for making Starbase a city in Texas, and 4 voted against.
That's not a lot of votes.
It's a tiny place,
Wow.
yeah.
So, I mean, everybody, we were alive for when Starbase became a city.
When I was just a young lad way back in the 20s, I can remember that day Starbase became a real city.
Tell me more about Earth, Grandpa. All right, it's time for Into the Future, sponsored by our friends at Henson Shaving.
Escape into the future.
Henson Shaving is a company that started with a couple brothers. They ran a machine shop, and they did contracts for like NASA and stuff. There's literally stuff on Mars right now that they machined, and they were like, hey, let's just make the best razor on Earth. And they did. You can go buy one. And if you use our code now, you can get a box of 100 blades for free. It's going to last you for definitely over a year, probably more than 2.
So you remember we reported on Neuralink's third patient, Brad, last week? Well, Neuralink posted on Thursday, we received breakthrough device designation from the FDA to help restore communication for individuals with severe speech impairment.
Okay, but what does that actually mean?
Well, normally getting FDA approval for a new medical treatment can take years. By getting this designation, Neuralink gets faster feedback and more access to FDA experts so that the FDA regulatory process should go way faster. For instance, instead of requiring long-term outcomes on certain tests like neural signal detection, the FDA may accept surrogate endpoints, which would dramatically speed up getting this technology to patients. And Elon said, in the years to come, Neuralink will make this technology widely available so that ultimately anyone will have access to it.
So that's actually a mold of Brad's brain that they use to practice surgery, signed by many of the Neuralink team.
Isn't that cool?
That is cool.
And by the way, this week, Ashley Vance came out with a really cool video of life before and after Neuralink of Brad. So I urge you to go on X and check that out. It's really heartwarming. And you know what's not going into the future? Ford's Tesla killer computer system.
Ford was developing a computer system for their cars?
Yeah. Ford had invested heavily in a computer system called FNV4 for fully networked vehicle, both hardware and software. It was going to cut costs, improve quality, and add features to both their gas and their electric cars.
Great.
But Ford just killed the program.
Why? Isn't that important to have a computer on wheels like Teslas are?
Yeah, but the program costs kept ballooning and kept getting delayed, so Ford quietly cut it.
So what is Ford going to do now?
You already know what I think they're going to do. They're going to go bankrupt. Comment down below if you think I'm crazy or not, but time will tell. I think it's going to happen sooner than later. But a Ford spokesperson said they will absorb what it learned from developing FNV4 into its current software system. By the way, Chris Farley, the CEO of Ford, had tasked Doug Fields. You remember Doug Fields, right? He used to work for Apple and Tesla.
Yeah, I remember he was Tesla's senior VP of engineering until he left during the Model 3 ramp in June of 2018. So what did Farley task him with?
When Fields went to Ford in 2021, Farley made this big deal about how he had Tesla's engineering brain. Remember that? And he tasked Doug with completing FNV4.
So 4 years later, and Doug still couldn't do it, huh?
Guess not, but he did get paid well. He took home $15.5 million last year, one of Ford's top earners.
Meanwhile, Elon got no salary from Tesla last year. Nice.
Good job, Ford. All right, it's time for our Patreon bonus stories. If you're one of our patrons, you get to watch all of our Patreon bonus stories 3 times a week. So head on over to Patreon, pay us as little as $1 a month, and you'll get all this juicy content just for you. All right, we're back from our Patreon bonus stories. It's time for Elon's X's of the week. And he said it's not that all Wall Street Journal stories are fake, but they are almost all mean-spirited and deceptive. Tesla AI posted this. Grok, how long until June?
And when they asked it, it was 31 days from the day they asked it.
Now, I mean, they knew how many days it was.
Sure.
So this is telling us that they are definitely on schedule for June 1st in Austin for the Robotaxi network. And I am excited about that. How about you guys? Elon posted the Doge team is making a real difference fixing broken software, computer, and communication systems in the government. It is difficult to convey with words just how messed up the systems are. Tech support is sorely needed. And I urge you guys to watch it's like a 30-minute video with the whole Doge team. They sat down at 10 o'clock at night, right before they went back to work, talking about all the things they had found so far. It's a really cool update, and you get to see some of their personal stories.
One of their weekly Wednesday 10 p.m. meetings.
Yeah. Joe Gebbia, the co-founder of Airbnb and also on the Tesla board, said, for the first time in U.S. government history, 25 people are retiring online only to inform scaling to everyone. This is a big win for retirees to get their full check faster and testament to how quickly the USOPM is working towards the president's software modernization executive order.
And Elon said the paper-based government retirement system currently in place takes up to 8 months to process and often undercounts retirement pay. The new fully electronic system being tested now is instant and accurate thanks to Jay Gebbia and the Doge team.
Elon said use Grok to make any document now. So Yaroslav, who works at XAI, said some other fun examples of documents you can generate with Grok Studio are forms and tax invoices, letters, and legal documents. Basically, you can make PDFs now with Grok. Elon said working with Transportation Secretary Duffy, the Doge is glad to stop funding studies to determine if roads are racist. This was an actual thing that was happening. He went on to say some silly misperceptions are happening that are being blamed on Doge. For example, a friend's daughter was recently told that congressional internships were cut by Doge, which is false. Elon said the X recommendation algorithm is being replaced with a lightweight version of Grok, so will soon be dramatically better. You should notice some improvement already. That's interesting. So instead of just a simple algorithm like Zach always likes cats.
Even though he doesn't. Elon posted Grok 3.5 is something special.
I don't have it yet. Did you get it this week?
No.
Eric Yang says, who's hyped for Grok 3.5?
And Elon says Gork is...
So if you're wondering what Gork is a new AI that's just, I think, to make Elon laugh.
It's a parody account.
He's been having a lot of fun with it this week. Elon said, don't want to brag, but if couch surfing was a sport, I'd win. He actually couch surfs in the White House. Like, how cool is that?
It's not really couch surfing at that point. Maybe it's professional couch surfing.
I mean, he gets to hang out in the White House kitchen and eat all their ice cream. That's kind of couch surfing.
I guess. But he's not sleeping on a couch.
No, you're right.
He's not sleeping on the Teddy Roosevelt couch.
Before we go to Supercharger reviews, we normally do beautiful Superchargers. And this week, I want to talk about Max DeZager. He's Tesla's head of North American Supercharging. He posted this. When landlords offer us exclusivity, so we're talking about Superchargers at, like, say, an Arby's, we actively reject it and explain our reasoning. We encourage them to install as much charging infrastructure as possible. We stand by our goal of ensuring as much dependable and affordable charging infrastructure as possible, whether from Tesla or other providers. There is no shortage of parking spaces, especially with increasing autonomy on the horizon. Legal moats only slow down EV infrastructure growth. And we're going to be talking about one of those sentences today over on Patreon. So again, another reason to join us, because we usually find the little tidbits that most other press miss and really go deep dive on them. All right, it's time for Supercharger reviews. You go out there and do our work for us, will you?
Hi, Zach and Jesse. Continuing my trip from southern Alabama back to Wisconsin. We are currently at a version 3 Supercharger, and we are in Gardendale, Alabama. They are oriented in this direction. In the area, there is a coffee shop that apparently has food as well. Walgreens. There's a shopping center across the way. It is quite a ways off of I-65 though. I want to say 3 miles off the road. So a little bit inconvenient. They work pretty well. Jumped up to about 170 kilowatts, and it's 35 degrees. I guess overall I would give this one probably a 5 out of 10, just because it's not conveniently located. I have to drive a few miles off the interstate to get here. And
Y'all want to do a quick review because I saw this site had no reviews. This is the Ephrata, Pennsylvania 8-stall supercharger. Biggest plus here is that there's a Sheetz. It's co-located with a Sheetz gas station. I know they have great food in there. I'm not a Pennsylvania native. We're passing through, but this seems to be a pretty busy area. There's a lot of hotels here. Our hotel's actually just around the corner, which is awesome. The only other amenities I can really see around here is there is an Arby's across the street, but otherwise, I mean, it's right off of a main highway, which is nice. Pennsylvania Route 222. Yeah, there's not really much else here. I mean, it's not the most scenic. It's just off a highway, gas stations, hotels. That's really it. But it's easy to get to. I mean, if you're traveling, this is a pretty easy stop to find. Lots of hotels. I give it a 7 out of 10. Now you know.
Thank you so much for doing Supercharger reviews. We have a map on our website where we have all the Supercharger reviews, and you can also upload your own there as well.
What do we have for new superchargers?
We got the 24-stall version 4, 325 kilowatt in Simi Valley, California.
We have number 8 in Greece, the 8-stall version 4 in Thessaloniki, Greece.
We have an expansion from 12 to 20 stalls at Brive-la-Gaillarde, France.
We have number 12 in Singapore, the 4-stall version 4 at One Holland in Singapore.
Number 262 in Germany is the 8-stall version 4 at the Chemnitz Center, Germany.
We have the 20-stall version 4, 325 kilowatt in Ontario at Ontario Mills Parkway, California.
Number 549 in California is the 16-stall version 4 in San Diego, California.
We have number 76 in Washington, the 8-stall version 4 in Ritzville, Washington.
Number 54 in Ohio is the 12-stall version 4 in Cortland, Ohio.
We have the 3-stall version 3 in Suzhou, China.
The 3-stall in Shanghai, China.
The 4-stall in Jiangyang, China.
The 3-stall in Pingtan, China.
The 3-stall in Hefei, China.
Number 36 in Alabama is the 12-stall version 4 in Pell City, Alabama.
Number 2202 in China is the 3-stall in Shanghai.
Number 109 in New York is the 12-stall version 4, 325 kilowatt in Syracuse.
And number 93 in Pennsylvania, number 2625 in the USA, and number 7201 in the world is the 16-stall version 4, 325 kilowatt in Milton, Pennsylvania. And thank you to Drift for partnering with us on this video. Check out the link below.
Make sure you use our coupon code UKNOW55 at drift.co or scan the QR code for 55% off.
We'll see you guys on Tuesday.
Now you know.